What's up, ladies and gents in Cyberland? So I'm coming to you with another Green Day review, and this is for Green Day's second album, Kerplunk. So, again, after I bought 1039, Smooth Out Slappy Hours, I think like 2 weeks later I bought Kerplunk. And with Kerplunk, you could, like I said before with 1039, Kerplunk was an album that had kind of like a bridge with it. In regards to what came after Kerplunk, which of course was Dookie. So for this album, you still saw songs where Billy was singing about relationships and stuff, but he was starting to transition into other things. And I think with Kerplunk, after that, that's when it blew up with Dookie and everything. Moving after that, you would just have that more. Still have those songs, but he just really was growing and moving into a different direction. This was also the first album we had with Trey Cool, who came in after the drummer, I forget his last name, can't say his last name, but John had decided to apparently go to college, and he wanted to step down as the drummer for the band. And I think he referred Trey to the band. So, or I think it was Larry Livermore from Lookout Records that referred to him, because I forget, it was one of those situations. So got the album, and of course I had already heard 2,000 Light Years Away at this point, but it was nice when I heard it starting as the opening. It was a really strong track. It's still one of the best tracks I think they have done their whole entire career, because what it signifies before Dookie and what it signifies after Dookie. And then the band was a lot tighter as opposed to 1039. They were a lot more seasoned, I think you could say, with recording and how they wanted the songs and such to go. This is also the only time where we have Welcome to Paradise, because this was on Kerplunk first, and then it was re-recorded for Dookie. Which, to this day, I always wondered why that was. Maybe somebody could elaborate on that. I always wondered why they re-recorded that song. And this was at the point where, as the band were performing these songs along with songs from 1039, record labels were starting to pay attention, because this album sold a lot at the time for a minor record label album. It sold a good amount of units, and it got the attention of the major record label. So they were coming around trying to sign Green Day and trying to get them on a major label, because they saw the potential of the band. Of course, the band wasn't listening and wasn't trying to go that route. However, it did become apparent with Kerplunk that they were going to have to go that route, because it was getting to the point where I think Lookout couldn't keep up with releasing the album to stores and getting people to be able to buy it. Because, of course, at this time, music downloading wasn't even there yet. You didn't even have the internet yet, because the internet really didn't kick off to the public until I think 95, and that still was not much. Anybody remember AOL? So them going to major label, I think, was them trying to get their music more out there. Because if you really, when people complain about Green Day and the major label crap, which they still get from time to time, if you really look at Dookie and Kerplunk had elements of what was going to become Dookie. And that's in regards to lyricism. If anything, when people talk about they sold out and stuff, I always say, what did they sell out to? Because if you look at the music that came after Kerplunk, it was every album after 1039 and Kerplunk are dark albums. There are light moments, but it's like 1039 and Kerplunk are over here, and the rest of the albums are over here, because the lyricism and the way the music's played is just darker. It's more. I would say the aggressiveness is still on both fronts, but the sound of the music and the lyricism is really the defining point for those two albums and the other set of albums. For my rating, I would give Kerplunk a 4.5 out of 5 yes sirs. There's no songs I didn't like on it. It's just one of those things where I listened to it and I just like the other material a lot better. However, it's still a great album. For my top 5 songs, of course, is 2,000 Light Years Away. I always think Who wrote Holden Caulified? One of My Lies, 80. Those are pretty much my top tracks. Well, let me see, because I always think, 2,000 Light Years Away. Who wrote Holden Caulified? Let's think. Who wrote Holden Caulified? 80. Oh yeah, sorry, Private Al. Yeah, Private Al and One of My Lies. Yeah, Private. Yeah, those are not Private Al. Android. Right. Yeah. So 2,000 Light Years Away. Who wrote Holden Caulified? 80. One of My Lies and Android. Those are my top 5 songs. See, that's like because there's so many good songs like Kerplunk. Like, and and that's the one thing about this album compared to the other ones. It was harder for me to choose my favorite songs on Kerplunk as opposed to like Dookie and Insomniac and 1039. It's like I had those, but for Kerplunk, it was the one album that was always harder for me to choose my top favorite songs because almost every single song was really good. Yeah. So with that being said, it's a good album. It gives you an idea of where the band was going to go with Dookie, and it's a nice bridge. Because with Dookie and Insomniac, you don't really have a bridge. It's just like, there wasn't anything on Dookie that was going to say Insomniac was going to be what it was. And even with Insomniac and Nimrod, there wasn't anything that said it was going to be what it was. But Nimrod and Warren, you had that. One American Idiot, you got a little element of that with Minority. And then American 21st Century, that was a bridge. And the triple albums, you really didn't have that bridge. And neither did you do Revolution Radio or Father of All Motherfuckers. You didn't have that bridge. But with Kerplunk and Dookie and Nimrod and Warning and American Idiot and 21st Century, you kind of had those bridges. So with that being said, we will cue the music.